Hello, welcome back to the Not So Handy Man. I'm Graham. I am, well, not so handy. I grew up on a farm making and repairing things, and since I haven't lived on the farm in a long time, I've kind of missed that. And so, what I do now is I am buying used and new things from return websites, and I am seeing if I can fix them. And if I can, I'll try to sell them online. If not, I'll try to take them apart, sell them for parts. That's what we're going to be doing. So today, I'll be doing some vacuums. The first one is going to be this one right here. This is called the Bissell CleanView Swivel Pet Rewind. This is the 2254, and well, it's got this come with it. But what I have learned now in the last couple of days, I bought 4 of these, so you're going to see 4 of these videos. I'm going to make each one of them separate. Apparently, people get unethical with their vacuums because they use them and then they send them back, and they send them back used. So it's interesting. So this one is a little bit used. It actually is pretty clean for a used vacuum. You can see a little bit of hazing on here that you can tell that it has been used for a little bit. I haven't tried these. I tried to do that with you. But one thing that's kind of neat about this, it's got this retractable cord. And it's got a button over here. You push and it retracts it. That's so cool. I mean, I would really love to have that on our vacuum that we have. But now it's time to plug it in. I'm going to plug it in, see if we get some turn on, and if it turns on, if we can get some bristle turning, and how much of this we can actually get to work. And by the way, if you notice I'm wearing headphones because I'm listening to this. REM's Document album, which is kind of fun. I love listening to music while I try to do work, and unfortunately for copyright reasons, I can't let you listen to the music that I'm listening to. However, if you want to follow along, hit that link, follow along on Amazon Music, and you'll be able to join me. All right, so now is the moment of truth. Will we get anything? There's a little red button down here that I push, and uh-oh, I got nothing. No power. Okay, let's see here. Well, this comes off. It's supposed to have some bolts that go through there, or screws that go through there, but they didn't get put back in the box, so I don't have them. They only have this one attachment, but I think this one attachment also includes something on the, it includes this part as well, so you can switch it and go, or you can, I guess you can't switch it, you can do this one or this one for the attachment. I'm guessing if this does not work at all, maybe we will be able to just take it apart and do some parts with it. All right, so let's see. We've got a good, looks like it's a really good cable or hose. That is the expandable hose. It looks like that is in good shape. Actually, this handle is in really good shape. There's just no screws on it. I might have some that I can use for that. Always keep a hold of screws and things like that. So let's see. That is in, but we've got no power. Let me make sure I plugged into the right one. I have a few outlets in my house that are based off of, nope, still nothing. So, let's see, is there anything else I need to try before I start to take this apart? I don't think there is. I don't think there really is anything else that I need to check before I turn it on. that's the downside of having a vacuum. the handle comes off. All right. I was setting it on its box. Well, you set the box back here. And let's do some investigation. So this is the website that I bought it from. I have blackened out the amount that I won or bought it for. Just for right now, I'm not sure. I might do this later on. I'm going to kind of at first not do it just so to see. But it is used. Looks like it does not. They didn't say anything about it not turning on whenever it comes on. So, by the way, this is what we're listening to. Amazon Music Document REM. All right, so I'm going to go to a new tab. I'm going to copy the name up here again, and I'm going to say troubleshoot. Won't turn on. I don't think it has any damage on it. And so it looks like we might just have some internal issues. So let's go to look at the internal issues that I might be having then. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that handle down, and I'm going to put this up here. And then it's time to unplug because it's not working. So this is looking more and more like it might just be for parts instead of selling it as a whole. All right. It's time now, I believe, to go get some tools. Looks like it just needs a bunch of screwdrivers. I watched an episode yesterday, or watched a video of someone tearing this apart on YouTube last night, so I think I kind of understand the idea. Unfortunately, I don't have a great workspace for this. If you can't really tell, but all I have is a desk that has a hole right here. It would be nice to have a work desk right there. Maybe later on I'll get one and I'll put something there. But now, time to go get the tools, and I'll be right back. As a farm kid, I have been blessed with the want to collect all the tools that I have. Unfortunately, as a farm kid living in the city, you don't really get to do that. Oh man, it's the song, "It's the End of the World as We Know It." So a quick story about this song. Whenever I was growing up, and this song was still not new. This song came out in 1987 or 1988. I went to a youth camp, and my counselor for that cabin loved this song so much that he played it every day on repeat for hours at a time. And so because of that, I actually ended up liking this song, even though I never really understood what they were saying, which I guess is normal. All right. Let's get a bigger work surface. I'm going to use something else that I have bought and use this as my table to get this undone. All right. It's time for some disassemble. Oh man. My wife has this quote that she uses from an old 80s movie about disassembling something, and every time I disassemble something I think, or every time I see this street in Henderson, which is the southeast part of the valley of Las Vegas Valley, it's called Stephanie, and I go, "Don't disassemble, Stephanie." But unfortunately, we're going to be disassembling this Stephanie because I can't seem to get this one to work. I have a drill and I probably could use that, but we're going to use this for today. All right, I've got, I guess that's one reason why I have not become a handyman. I tend to drop my tools, which happens quite a lot. At first here in my business, I probably will be doing a lot of these teardowns just for parts. Probably will not be fixing as much just because I won't be sure what exactly is wrong with a lot of these and how to fix them, but I'm sure over time I'll figure it out. All right, we've taken out 4. We've got 2 more screw heads. It's Phillip head screws, but the bolts, they're not the type of screw that you can screw into things. They probably have special names, but now listening to The One I Love, which is also a nice song. Let's put that one at 5 stars. It's the end of the world as we know it. Got not only 5 stars, it's going to get 5 stars and a love in my iTunes library. I still use iTunes all the time. I love the iTunes library. They do a great job organizing my files. And I'm sure there is a freeware or something out there that I could use instead to organize my music library. But to be honest, I still use an iPod. I have an iPod that I have been using literally since 2007. Oh, I missed one. And since I still use that, I'm still pretty stuck with iTunes. And so I don't have a Mac. I don't use Apple Music for anything. I have gotten all of my music and hardwire or on my hard drive, and that's how I listen to it. There we go. There was the unseen one. So all right, so we've taken this off. There's some obvious wear on here. You can tell that it's been used. You can see it's got black marks on there. It's got wear marks here, but there's no cracking, no breakage. Even the rubber end here is still intact. It's not broken or cracked at all. Still in good shape. All right. Now to take off the rest of this brush assembly. Ooh, there's quite a lot of hair and dust balls, dust bunnies in here. So this one was definitely used. You know, I kind of wonder if people will buy a... I'm not doing anything on that. They will buy a new... Oh, that's because it's right here. They'll buy a new vacuum that's the same model as their old vacuum. Throw their old vacuum into it and send it back with a "this didn't work," or maybe this was like a warranty repair or return. At least I hope, because this one obviously has been used, not necessarily overused. It's still in pretty good shape. If it worked, I probably would have just sold it as a whole. But because it is, I couldn't get it to work, probably I'm just going to part it out. Oh, here's the wheels that kind of help hold it up from the bottom. This kind of slid out. It's not broken at all. It's like it's meant to be slid out like that. So the ears are good, are strong on it. So those are the wheels move. There's a little. Well, it's got a resonance that if you get in the right spot, it goes back and forth, but it rolls just fine. Okay. Got those two out. Looks like I've got a hose that is clamped in here. I do need to keep these separate though. Let's go get some pinch bowls. Pinch bowls from the kitchen. They're really nice to keep your organization better, which probably is something that I need. So I'll be back. All right, we're going to use blue for all of these ones that we took off for the front brush. And then got yellow, green, and purple. Do yellow for this cable, for this thing here. Let's see. I'm going to have to go back to watch the video again. Maybe I just might have to, because I'm not thinking, I don't know if that's supposed to come off there like that. If it doesn't, oh, it does just come off. Okay. So I'm going to find a way to slip this piece off of here. So there is a hose, the sucking hose, which comes from the brushes here and goes into the rest of the vacuum, comes through this hole right here and is attached to, if it's a twist enough, it'll twist a little bit, but it doesn't seem to want to come off. And, well, as I told my wife when I told her I wanted to start doing this, if nothing else, it gives me a way to learn how to take apart things. Maybe not necessarily learn how to put them back together. But I learn how to take apart things. And if that's worth a few $100s it takes to buy these vacuums, then hey, it's not such a bad hobby and not such a bad thing to learn. Okay. Oh, these just slide off like this. All right, so I did get the roller off. Still haven't gotten the front part off like I was trying to. But the roller looks like it's got quite a lot of dust and a bunch of hair on it. But all of the bristles look pretty good. I think if it was used, it wasn't used for very long. Looks like both of these rollers on the end, while they have a little bit of dust inside of them and little dust bunnies around, looks like they still move pretty easily. In fact, I can use my thumb and spin this around. That's pretty neat. All right. Does that change this at all? Looks like there was a brace or something in here that is broken. Interesting. I wonder if someone has already taken this apart once to try and fix something on it, and they broke a little piece on the inside there. A little piece right there is broken. Interesting. All right, so here's on the top part. There's the height adjustment. Oh, I think that's just the bottom of the height adjustment. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the bottom of the height adjustment. I don't know if it's broken off though. It's just a weird. Looks like it just might be a weird looking brace on the bottom. So let's see what is required to get this part off. Let's get the light side. I'm in my office doing this, which, you know, isn't necessarily the most ideal setting to do something like this. However, I live in Las Vegas, and today in Las Vegas, it is quite literally 110 degrees outside. And so because of that, it's hot in the garage. So I can't do it in the garage. So I'm stuck in my office for today. All right, so, oh no, this isn't broken. This is how it's made. That's interesting. So this is how it's set. This is the height adjustment, and it looks like it's set up that the sides over here has little ridges on it and has little setting spots. So the setting spots go down, so it'll set the height of your roller and your front. That's kind of neat. So I'll put that over here to the side. All right. Looks like, can I see? I can still see through this plastic cover on the front. And oh, wait. I think. There we go. There we go. Now, I don't think that's going to go through that hole. That hole is quite small. And let's see if that will help me figure out how to release. Aha. There we go. And now we have our full clear. Now, this is a little bit dirty. Looks like it could use some cleaning, but it's not. It doesn't look marred, meaning there's no scratches, no deep scratches. There are some marks here to show that it has been used. Obviously, this is the corner whenever you're moving, and so this is what hits everything as you're going across. So that's interesting. I'll probably put that. This is the belt. Can I slide it out of there? I can. Looks like the belt is still really strong. I'm not seeing any cracking, any issues here. So that might be still usable, this little belt here. All right. Now let's see if we can get to the engine part. This top, I'm really interested in this, in the cable coil and the automatic coiling up. That is neat. I like that. I'm sure it's just a regular old spring that they use for it. But hey, you can find interest in lots of little things. It doesn't necessarily have to be a huge world-changing idea. Looks like I don't think that's going to come out. I think I'm going to have to... Oh, what do we have here? Oh, we've got a little pull. Looks like it's a spring-loaded pull tab here. I'm not sure exactly. This is metal. Not sure what it's supposed to be separating. The wheels still look really good. These wheels still look really good. Maybe that might be. I could sell this whole bottom part. Still getting dust bunnies. Still throwing all those out. All right. See some more screws. This will be the body. Maybe this will shed some light into what I'm seeing here and help me get to this air pump. It might even release my... There we go. Should probably get a user manual, or at least a parts manual. I wonder if I could get that online. Probably could get a parts manual that would tell me all of the things that I'm getting here. Maybe even show me how much they would cost if I just wanted to replace them. Oh, looks like this is just. Oh, looks like this just releases the top part here, and it does not release. Doesn't necessarily help me with things on the. Oh, that's what that was for. All right, so here we go. Again, just like for some of the other things, I see some shiny parts here. That just means this has been used. It's probably going up underneath couches or beds or things like that. Looks like we have the same thing over here. But the piece is very strong. This is the, this might be the coil. Oh no, this is the release for the, oh, that's what that is. Oh, interesting. So that piece that I saw, that releases the lock for the top part. And that is what makes it go back and forth. So you pull it up, it locks, and then you let go, and it goes down that way. Neat. All right. All right, so I'm still looking for something that will release these wheels from the body of the motor housing. I may have seen there are two white pieces here that I'll have 2 bolts in each side. Looks like I'll take those out, and just maybe that will be it. right, there's one out. Hey, I love this ratcheting screwdriver. I've had this, I got it at a Christmas. We do a Dirty Santa type gift exchange for my mother's family in Middle Tennessee, where she is from. And that's what I came home with one year. And I love it. They are Husky tools. I have used them, I wouldn't say a ton. I don't, to be honest, I don't do a ton of repairs. But anytime I've needed to do repairs, they have been here for me. And they have worked just as I have needed. And with that, I believe that has now separated my engine body from the wheel assembly. And I don't think this is going, I think this, well, maybe it will come out. Oh, there we go. So now we have our wheel assembly down here and our small our small one here that goes, it's like there's nothing impacting that, so that is clear. The guy that I watched last evening as he was taking these apart did mention how he wasn't, that repairing a lot of these isn't necessarily worth the time and effort if you have to do a professional to do it. However, well, I'm not a professional. And so because I am not a professional, and I'm just going to be selling these, selling the parts that come from here, who knows? Maybe it will be helpful for someone else. All right, so this is the Bissell vacuum cleaner aspirator. This is the model 2254L. This is a household type manager. I'm not sure if this will work, mainly because, well, this was what it didn't turn on earlier. So this might be our point of failure. This does have a swivel on it. I wonder if I can get to both of these. Well, I can get to this one when it's swiveled to the left. Maybe I can swivel it to the right and get to the other side. I really would love to get this top part removed from the base so that I can have access. All right. Oh, well, that's it. That's all of my... So let's just switch over to some, what I call study music. And just finish up with some of that. This is just music. This is a playlist that I have put together with hundreds and hundreds of, well, literally thousands of songs that do not have any words. And I call it study music because I cannot study, or I cannot do things that require me to be creative or require me to, to think, oh no, there's two more down there. I can't get to them in this direction. All right, I may have to switch to some, I may need some length. Let's try one that is not. There we go. I got that one. I'm not sure I'll be able to get many more though. The guy that I watched last night, he had such a nice setup. He had a cordless drill, and he just zipped everything off. I do not have a cordless drill, so unfortunately, I cannot do that. This little short one. Will this little short one fit in there? I don't think the short one is going to be helpful. No. Unfortunately, this one, the head is too small, and it is just slipping through. I probably have another one or two of these lying around somewhere. They tend to disappear when someone needs one, and they don't get put back in my tool bag. Nope. All right. I think that's just this front. Okay. Well, I don't think I'll be able to do much after this. Just because I can't get the right leverage to get these screws out like this. Nope. All right. Well, this one might be as far down as I can get. I do want to retrieve the coil. I'm sure that would be a good thing that people might like to have. But it does, I see the cable does go down into the engine compartment. I'm not sure how I could get that engine compartment out, but hey, you gotta try. If you don't try, you'll never get there. All right. We're gonna have the same issue over here. I can get one out on this side, and then see if I can get any more. There's two. I've been able to get three out. Yeah, very much it's possible. Hey, that is very heartening. This makes me know maybe I can get these out. I do need to turn the air down though. It is hot in here now that I am working. All right. Ah, I got that side. All right. Let's see. Is it? Ah, maybe it is. Did not have it pushed over far enough. Oh, that one's coming. Got some movement on it. I wonder with this movement. No. There we go. All right. It is working. Still working. Good. Eventually, I would love to get that the video editing prowess, or maybe I will force this upon my children to be able to fast forward through all of this part. Oh, that one's not the same spot as on the other side. didn't notice. I did get it to move a little bit earlier. Oh, wait. Wait. I think I can keep enough downward pressure. I'm not coming at this straight. Probably more. That doesn't look too bad. That. And there we go. Look at that. And now, boom. Oh yeah. That is nice. All right. Okay, so I'm here, and now I've got it apart. Looks like there are 3 screws that hold this flange here to the motor. Those hopefully should not be difficult to take out, which I'm sure is famous last words. All right. Switching back to my power zip. There we go. So what I'll plan to do, if I do decide to sell this on parts, I'll look up a form that has all of the part numbers on it, and then whenever I put them up on eBay, and hopefully the link will get put into the YouTube description, you can find my YouTube channel in the description that I have. I don't have many subscribers, so I don't have one of those cool URLs. Maybe someday, if people like watching me do this, which I do. I know I spent a few hours last evening watching people take things apart, fix them, and put them back together. All right. And that should get this flange off. There we go. Now we have our motor. Let's see. Now we've got these 2 here. I can finish taking these 2 off. And so far it looks like the hardware comes in not too many different types. It's only about 2 to 3 different sizes of screw. Looks like it's just 2 different lengths of screw, and then they have I call them flanges just because I don't know what else to call. That last flange that I took off had screws that had washers on top of them. They were flathead. Probably made this way. Probably isn't a washer put on it, but they look like a washer. All right, so this is, looks like this is like an air filter type. And I'll be honest, I think we may have found what our issue has happened. I believe we have burnt up the motor, because I see this thing has some bigger holes in it. I'll put it in the light. Notice it's got some bigger holes, and that kind of looks like it's got some melting. Looks like it may have gotten too hot and melted that, so our engine might be kaput. It still turns. I can just freehand turn it. so it may not be quite as far gone. Oh, it looks like we've got some screws over here. Oh, good. Looks like this is how I'm going to be able to split this open. But my ratchet is not going to fit in there. But my screwdriver, my old-fashioned screwdriver will. Well, shoot. One of them came out really easy. Now let's see if I can get any of the other ones out. The downside of these deep wells is you can't see. You kind of just have to go by feel. Whenever you twist, if it keeps giving you some pushback, then you know it is coming out. Once it stops giving you pushback, and you keep going, you might start marring that screw head. And man, growing up on a farm, I screwed up so many screw heads. Oh man, it was not funny. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That's the one I got earlier. Let's see, last one. Is it gonna, oh, I see, I got some movement here, and here we go. I have a feeling once I open this, I'm going to see exactly what was going on. I think I'm probably going to see some motor issue. It looks like it's going to be burned up. Oh, I've got, hello dude. This little dude fell off. Not sure exactly where he goes. I'll put you right there for now. But, alright. Last screw to come out. It's giving me a little bit of a problem. But, I believe, and there we go. So there is the housing. It looks like I don't see any capacitors in here or anything that I need to be worried about. But ooh, yep, we got some charring. We got some dark stuff in here. This looks like we may have found our issue. So the question is going to be, can I get this? Oh, where did that go? I just had a burnt up piece of wire fall off. Oh no, that's a zip tie. A little burnt up zip tie come off. Yep, I don't believe this motor. I think this motor is now scrap. We've got wire tie right here. Might be able to just zip those off. It looks like it enters this housing on the opposite side. Am I going to be able to get? Looks like the pump is over here. Looks like the electrical is not working, but maybe we can salvage this air pump. Let's see. Ah, that's why the air pump's not coming off. We've got another screw on this side. Excellent. Let's ratchet that screw off. At this point, even if I could fix this, I'm not sure I would be able to get it back together. So I believe this vacuum has vacuumed its last as a vacuum. So it looks like we've got some dirt and dust in here. It looks like the rubber has a little bit of bending, but it should still keep a vacuum hold. And the plastic piece is still solid. There's a little stopper in here. Looks like that's a valve. The valve is still springy. Looks like that's in good shape. Let's see now. And alright, there we go. And here we are. We now have an electric motor that is free. Looks like we got a lot of charring on the inside of this. I think, can I take this out? I don't think I can. I don't know if I can take this out. I've got a wire here with a couple of wire clamps on the end. Ah, that's the switch. I can't really tell if the switch is working or not. But I have found where the cord enters into. The cord comes in through here, curls around here, and it's got a bolt. Looks like a screw head with a big washer, big flat washer, and that holds it in there. And then the wires come out into this switch holder. Let's get that loose. I don't know about you, but as a guy who doesn't have much reason to get his hands dirty, because I don't have a yard, my yard is tiny and full of rocks. Yeah, so we have a flat washer and a screw, and now this is loose. I'm not sure I'll be able to get this out because it's got a it's got like a heat wrap on it. Let's see. Am I able to release these wires from this switch? There may be a way to release them. Oh, I think I'm just brute force removing them. Well, I got one side off. I'm not really able to get the other side. Let's see if I can get that other side. No, looks like that other side is staying on. Can I rip can I rip it off from using this loose side? Maybe not. Looks like this other side might be loosening a little bit, but it's not getting much. I'm trying to loosen these two wires here. It's kind of dark, so it's hard to see. Well, it's dark on my side. It might be a lot lighter where you're watching it. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see what I was doing wrong. These are terminals that clip on. And I was trying to rip out the terminal part. I didn't need to rip out the terminal. Looks like a plug. It looks like the plug that you would have on the end of your regular plug-in device. And let's see if that's what's on this one too. Now, can I get in there to release it? Let's take this. Is this going to come off? Oh, I think it is heat shrunk. We have to cut that one off. My lovely wire cutter. Oh yeah, we got some charred wire here. I'll cut above that charred wire on my now quite dull wire cutters here. So there we go, that's that. And I believe we have a loose engine. So it looks like the turbo for the air part is still working. Look, it's loose. Oh, came right off. It's reverse threaded. Lefty loosey, righty tighty is the, or no, not lefty tighty. Righty loosey is for the reverse thread. Interesting. So there's my engine. That's what powers the vacuum. I don't want to cut this off, but I just might need to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this to release. And I am running up on the end of my time because my son has a guitar lesson this evening and his teacher is due any minute now. Let's see, did I get a message saying, oh, he's headed my way right now, 9 minutes ago. So, I'm just going to cut this off now. And then, let's see. Looks like I can, that comes right off. And let's see if this will slide. And it did. Excellent. All right, so I've got a switch which may or may not be good. To be honest, I don't know how to check a switch. Maybe I will figure it out another time. But I've got a switch now, a motor that doesn't work, and hopefully now I can get this part off now. And the last thing that I'll have to do is remove this. I may just try to sell this part as it is. Oh no, here it is. There are two screws right here. That'll take this coiled part off. And that should do it. That should get this completely taken apart. So, while I'm taking this off, I'll let you know. I do have an eBay website or eBay store. It is Not So Handyman. You can check me out on the eBay store, see the pieces that are on here, and I will be linking from this. So if you came from the eBay store looking for a certain part, now you see what parts of this do work, and well, those are going to be the ones that are up for sale, and what parts don't, which doesn't matter because, well, I'm not putting those up online anyway. So once I get this last bolt out, I will be done, and I will be signing off. And that is that. Oh. So it looks like we have another one of those bolts with the big washer that ties it in there. And that will be coming off. But I'm going to take that off offline. And with that, I say thanks for watching. I am Graham, the Not So Handyman here in Las Vegas, saying I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.